Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, the definitive edition. Now, Hotfix 2.0.1 is now live, and this hotfix has been brought out to address several issues in Dawn of War definitive edition. And let's face it, this game's been around for a long time, but with the definitive edition, it merges all the previous versions of Dawn of War together for some time. However, there are still going to be a few issues in regards to this release. This hotfix for Dawn of War 2.0.1 is to address several issues. However, they do say that early next week, the week of the 25th, there's going to be another hotfix that will be addressing some high priority fixes, and we're going to report on that as soon as it comes out. Those fixes and those patches will require a bit more time to test and validate, so the developers have been saying they appreciate everybody's patience while people are attempting to play without a hitch this fantastic game. So what have they fixed in Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War Definitive Edition in this particular hotfix? Well, they fixed an issue where players could not see multiplayer game lobbies. Really frustrating for those people who want to go and give it to the orc, for example, or basically give it to another player. And this is when the player using different audio language has occurred, so English, German, French and Russian. They've also fixed an issue that prevented the game from loading the correct language during the GOG Galaxy launcher for those using Korean, simplified Chinese and traditional Chinese. Let's just take a moment. Look at this. English, German, French, Russian, Korean, simplified Chinese and traditional Chinese. The languages and the reach of this fantastic game. And it's been around since 2004 in one format or another. Also, they fixed a desync that led to a crash in multiplayer games where players on Windows and Linux systems, Steam Deck/Proton, were playing together. And also two crashes that could also occur during single or multiplayer games when numerous enemy units were starting to move, while the player is also moving the camera. That is frustrating, I have had that myself. Also, pre-rendered movies were not starting for players. They were crashing out using older operating systems. Though, of course, if you've made the jump to Windows 11, then you are diamond. And also a crash that occurred during the loading screens or while saving. I had a couple of hangs myself. With the gameplay, fatal scar error in Winter Assault Disorder Mission 1, where Gortgugs was actually killed immediately before a cutscene triggered, and fixed a scripting error that prevented listening posts from being buildable in Dawn of War Mission 1 when strategic points were captured at the same time. Not had that problem. Also, issues that could sometimes prevent objective locations from being correctly highlighted by Arrow FX in campaign missions, and grid keys controls have already had a little bit of love in regards to keybind conflicts for Orcs, Space Marines and Imperial Guards. Now, in addition to these fixes, the developer also calls out that there's going to be patches coming out in regards to aiming to address the problems that they need extra time to address. And they hope to get those done by August the 26th. Well, in the UK, there's a public holiday in the weekend, so hopefully that won't impact anybody. There's several crashes that have been put in there, and additional patches in regards to modding and additional reported issues will be then targeted for late September. So there is a great roadmap for getting this game to where it should be, and the developer is committed to it. More news as it breaks in the new patches that aim to come out before August the 26th to go to those high priority issues. These are large units, just dreadnoughts getting stuck, infantry units become stunned, units with a charge attack as well, attempting to charge on elevated positions, also getting stuck. All these sort of things. Things with key bindings, camera movement, rare crashes in the mission editor, all those things they've said they're going to address. And for me, that's fantastic. Anyway, this was 2.0.1 of Dawn of War. This was the update hotfix that's coming out, and that preludes a bigger hotfix coming out at August the 26th. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon.